today's training. My name is Noel, and we continue from where we stopped the last time. The last time we looked at string as a data type. Today we dwell on list. What is a list data type? A list data type in Python is a collection of values. It is a type of data that holds more than one value at a time. It means that it can hold multiple values at a time assigned to a variable. Okay, with the other time we talked about variable, I was going to say if I had mentioned variable previously, but yes, but we'll still go, we'll still touch it a bit before we continue. So a list is a type of data that holds more than one value. The syntax for list is square bracket. So this is the syntax for list. Now, for this to work now, we need to assign this list to variable. What is a variable again? A variable is a container, is something that holds your value. That's what it does. All it does is just to hold your value. Just like I gave an instance of a bag or a bottle of water or whatever thing you hold to hold your value. So that's what a list is. So this is an empty list. It means this square bracket has no value here. So I want to assign it to a variable. So I can use here my list. So my list is the variable where this square bracket is my list or what is expected of. So if I check what type of value this contains, it will tell me is a list data type. Now to check the list, to check the type of value a variable contains, use this method called type. So what this type does is to check what type of value your variable contains, or the type of value, whatever thing you put inside, or the type of value a variable contains. Now let's check what this one is. So let's print it. You use the print method and then pass this in here. So this is an empty list. This is our variable. Then we'll pass this variable inside this type and then use this print method to display whatever we put inside. So if we run it, you can see here is showing the class name is list. Now somebody may ask me, why is it showing class list? Class, why is showing class here is because everything in Python is gathered as an object of a class. What is a class? A class is a template. A class is like an imagination. It's like a template. I think that's the best way I can explain it. It's like a template you have in your head that you use to begin to develop something. Instance, I will come to it anyway. It's still a topic to be discussed, but let me just touch it a bit so you get idea of what it is. When somebody asks you if you have seen a car before, you're obviously something comes to your mind as a car, but in actual sense that is not the car you see. That is an object of a car. The A car you see is in your head. That is the prototype of what you see. So a a class is what you imagine. A class is abstract. You can't touch it. You can't feel it, but you can see the object. The object is what you see with your eyes. You can touch that object. You can see it. Like a laptop, your laptop, when somebody asks you what do you have a laptop, what comes to your head is something that has a shape, that has button, that has screen, and you can type something. So that you imagine is the class. The object is what you then have on your hand that you can press. Just like your phone, when somebody asks you, do you have a phone? You know that this is a phone. It's just like you want to start up a company, and in your head you want to start making a phone. So in your head, you know what a phone is. So that thing you have in your head, the idea, the template you have in your head is what is called a class. Then the object you have in your head is Nokia phone, iPhone, or Samsung, or whatever type of phone you have that you have in your hand. So that is an object of a phone. So that's what this is. So what he's telling you here is that this that this thing we just take here is a class, is the list is a class. So here, I mean, the class of this of whatever thing you put here is list. Now, however, whatever thing you see here, because this class we cannot see it, but this one we can see. So this is an object. But we'll dwell more on it as we continue. So that's what I just said. I should just explain what this thing is. Now that we have seen that this is a list, so let's then begin to put value to it. Let's say the first value, we'll put numbers here. So here there are how many values here? There are 4. So this is why it's called a collective data type, because it can take more than one value at a time, unlike our string that we looked at the last time. So a string can only have one value at a time, irrespective of whatever number of characters you put here. So like here, I put whatever thing I put here, it is still one value. So everything here is one value. So that's why this one is called a collective data type. Why this one? This while we'll look at other ones anyways. So this is a collective data type. So now let's begin to um, um, use this one, use list to do other things. Now here we can also add anything else we like. Let's say a goat. We can put here man. We can also add fish. So a list can take any type of value. Notice that this is string, but we're also adding string in list. So list can also take any type of value you can imagine. Now, list can also take a list inside. So let's say here we have a car, we have motor, we have bike, and the list can go on. So now we can also say, okay, fine, we want to add additional thing here. So whatever thing you want to take, you can add. So list can take as many values as you wish. There are other things I would have added here, other type of values that I would have, or data type I would have added here. But because we have not talked about it, that's why I won't have to put it here. So I don't start jumping and getting you confused. So as we progress, we begin to use them. So here, let's limit to what we have used so far. So of course, we know that this is number, this is alphabet. So these alphabets are called strings, again for the sake of uh, clearance. So this, anything like this that you see in quotes, is called strings. So here we have a list, and we have numbers, and we have strings. So like this now, if we want to check how many items are here, we can count it because we are human and we can do that. So we can count how many items here. But however, suppose this is very suppose they are numerous, or like 1 million items we put here. So how can you just begin to count all of them? That's time wasting. So instead of that, we can use a function called learn. So learn, this is how it is. This length is an abbrev. Okay, you can take it as length. Length, it just is you want to know the length of items here in your variables. So what it means, like I did before, is to check how many items are inside this variable. So here, if we count it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down. Now let's then do that. So we pass that our variable here. So what we are doing here is that we're instructing the system to help us check how many items are here. Now, having done that, you can assign it directly to a variable here. You can get another variable, assign it, or you print it. Now what I'm doing here is that I just instructed the system, help me check the number of items here and sign whatever value you find here inside here. Then I want to pass it here because I want to see it. Then this print method is used to display or show you whatever thing you see. So when it displays here, it's called output. Now let's run the code and see what we have. So it gives us 10 here, that there are 10 items here. But let's check, is there actually 10 items here? So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 items supposedly, but it's giving us 10 here. Why does it give us 10 instead of 12? So that tells you now that something. See, this is one object, this is another one, this is another one, this is another one. This is a list. So this list is classified as one object. So it is one list inside another list. So if we have another list here, let's say we have another list here. So everything here is also classified as one. So if we run this code again, it will tell us that what we have now is 11 instead of whatever number it is. So anytime you have a list items, it is one. Like I told you from the beginning, it is a collection of values inside a list. So we just put all of this inside this. So now this is how to check the number of items there. Now, that does not mean that everything here is just one. There are 3 items, as you can see here, and there are 3 items here. But in list, all of them are classified as one object if we put them inside one. So this is one, this is another one, this is another one, this is one, this is one, this is one. So this is nested list. So list inside list is called nested list, or whatever thing. Nesting means something inside another thing. So that's what it's called. Now let's begin to say, okay, fine, we want to get one of these things. So doing that is called slicing. Suppose I want to get this, I want to get 2 here, I want to get 4, 5, 6, or whatever thing I want to get here. It is called slicing. Take slicing to be like you are cutting something into pieces. You have something, and you have, say, whatever thing you have, let's say a loaf of bread, and you want to cut it in pieces. You want to cut it slice by slice, and you want to take one out of that many. So that's exactly what we are going to do. So now we have my list as the variable. What is this my list? My list is the variable holding the values we have inside here. So what this means is that everything here is stored inside this place called my list. So then I put this square bracket. Anytime you have your variable and you put square bracket, it means you want to get an item separate from the entire one. So what I want to do here is I want to get an item, then I put 0. So why do I put 0 here instead of putting 1? Instead of putting 1, or instead of putting the number of items I want to get. Now, in programming, counting starts from 0 instead of 1. So like here, naturally, if you want to count, you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to whatever number. But in programming, you start from 0. So this becomes 0. This is in position 0. This is in position 1. This is in 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. So as we count here, this one 0, this 0 represents 2, 1 represents 4, 2 represents 3. So this item, I'm saying, give me the first item, the first one item in this variable. Then I can assign it to another variable. Let me call the variable as first. Then it's been assigned there. I can then print it if I want. Now If I run this code, it will then give me um sorry, I pressed wrong thing. So if I then run this code, it will give me 2. So as you can see here, so I put 0 here, it's giving me 2. That is the first one. If I then change this one and I put 1, it will give me 4. If I put 2, it will give me 5. If I put whatever number of thing I put here, like, okay, let me put 3 here, then I'll come back to this. If I put 3 here, it gives me 6. So if you count, this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I put 3 here, it gives me this, that the item I want at position 3 is 6. Now, supposing I want to get this item motor, how do I do it? First, I will just say, fine, I want to get this item here. Let me say, okay, let me use item. Let me use another variable. So here, I want to get this item. So what do? I would then say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, I will then use my list, put my square bracket, and put 7. So when I run this code, it will give me the entire thing here. So let's see what it will show to us. Let me print items. So here, when I run the code, it will show this particular thing here, car, motor, bike, because the counting starts from 0. But what I wanted initially is to get motor and not to get entire thing. So how do I do it? I can then, because in list, what you do is that every time you meet a list, you start counting from 0. If you have another list, you start counting another one from 0. So what am I going to do? Since I have one here, I've gotten the first position, and these same items have been assigned to item. I can do whichever way. Now I will do it in 2 ways. I can put one here, another list here, because we have come to, sorry, what did I press that is given? Okay, let me remove this. I've been able to get this particular one, which is here, which is showing us this particular thing. But my intention is to get motor. So what am I going to do? Since we are in position 7 now, so what else are we going to do? We start again from 0. So we now say 0, 1. So we then put here another square bracket and then put 1 here. So if I run the code, then it will give me motor, as you can see here. So this is how you get this. But suppose this is maybe is a bit confusing and I want to get it in another way. I can just do this way. Item, let me use another item. Okay, let me do it the way you're supposed to do. List, my list, then I put here 7. Then I can then put item 2 here. When I get item 2, I can then say in item 2, I want to get the second one. Item underscore 2. Item underscore 2, 2. So now if I print it, it will give me the same thing as what it gave us before. So as you can see, it's giving us the same thing. Now, this is better than this one. This is a one line instruction, why this is taking 2. So this one is a better code than this one. I hope you understand. If you have any question, you are free to reach out to me and ask me your questions. Now, having said that, if I want to convert this good here, to capital letter, what am I going to do? Then I can just do, I'm sure you'll be able to do that by now. You should be able to get this good. So what you're going to do, you use my lists, you put square bracket, then you begin to count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we put 4 here, And then since we are getting this one, what we're going to do here, we can then say, okay, fine, using what we learned from string, you then use upper here. So here as it is now, it's been converted to it's been converted. So let me say I want to save it in a variable called my string. So I can then print my string. So let's see what it will give us. So as you can see, it is now showing in capital letter instead of this. Okay, now let's then begin to do some operations with that. Let's say my list. There are some operations you can perform using my list. I mean using list. So these are operations you can use my list to do. So let's start with the first one. The first one is count. So let's say we have let's say we have, okay, let's start with how many, okay, let's start with, let's say 6. Now what does this mean? What is the instruction we are asking the system to do for us here? We are telling it to count how many times 6 appeared here. So let's see how many times we have 2 here. I mean, we have 6 here and we have another 6 here. So let's run the code. So you can print it directly or you assign it a variable and then run. So if I run the code, it will tell me it appeared 2 times. Now, what if I have an what if I have 6 here? Let me put 6 here and run the code. Let's see what it will tell us. It will still tell us 2 because there are actually 2 6 here. However, you can see 3, but there are 6. This is a single 6. This is also a single 6. But here is a collection of values. So this is inside another list. So this will not be counted. If it will be outside, it will be counted. But since it's inside another list, this is counted as one object, like I explained to you. So one object that has other objects. So that's what it is. Now, suppose we want to count how many times 2 appears here. So you can put the 2 here and you run the code, it will tell you it appeared 1. So as you can see here, if it's goat, you can do the same thing. Since it's goat, let's check goat here. Always don't forget your string values should always be in quotes. So now let's run the code. If you run it, it will tell us it appeared just once. So as you can see here, goat appeared once here. Now let's check other things we can do with list. So let's use my list again and then put here. What is the next thing? We can see here pop. What does this pop mean? Pop means to remove an item. So if it did not specify that item, it will remove the last item. So what is the last item I added here? Let's check what it will give us when we do that. So here, okay, we just say uh, if we print my list again. So let me explain again. This is the execution of this code is from top to down. So it's the first time it will come to this place number, this line 1, and check whatever instruction there, come to this one and keep coming all the way down here. So when it gets to this place, it removes whatever thing is the last item added here, and then it will then print out whatever I put here. So let's see what it will show us. Now we can see here that this item here is the last item here. So as you can see here, it's not longer there. So this last item, which is 20, 45, 70, has been removed because it is the last, is assumed to be the last item here. Now I'm coming why this 6. This 6 is actually the last item we put there, but in actual sense is the last one because is the one with the last one. So this list, this pop takes a principle of lasting first out. There is something called um, LIFO in computer system. It means it's like stack management, like memory management. Yes, is used for memory management in a computer system. What it means is that now suppose there are 10 people on the line. So the first person will be on the line, the second person will queue behind him, the third one all the way to the last person. So this is first come. So the first come was lined up, then the last come will be the last one. So but this principle called pop, what it does is um, uh, first come, last out. Last, last come, first out. So that's what it's doing here. So what it means that anything that is in line this way will be the first to go out. Will be the first to go out. So if you run it, it will remove the last item and give us that. Now, suppose we want to add an item here. We can then use, we want to add an item, many ways to add an item. So first, let's use append. Okay, we have used pop, we have used count. Okay, let's use append. So append, what does it mean? It means to add to add something in English language. So it's actually what it means in here. It means to add an item. So here, let's say we want to add something here. So here, I just said go to my list and add this whatever value I put here. Now, if I print my list here, it will include Noel here. So let's run it and see what is happening. As you can see here, Noel has been added to the list. Now, if I don't want it to be there, I want to put I want to put a value here, this where 6 is, or whatever number I want to put. So there's another method I can use. Then I can then use, I call my list. Always don't forget to use your variable. Then I put dot. So this dot will give me option of what I want to do. Now I can then put here insert. What does insert mean? Insert means is tell me the position where you want to put the item you want to add. So now let me say I want to put I want to put book in position 1. So what's the first parameter here, or the first value here, is the position where you want to put the item. Then here, because it's a string value, as I mentioned, book, so it must be in quote. Then I can then put here book. Now if I run this code now, it will include book here. So this is 0, which is the first one. 1 is 4. So 4 will be removed, and book will be added in position 1. So as you can see here, now we have 2 and we have 4 there. We have books there, and 4 has been shifted to another position. So as you can see here, this is 2, this is the instruction we gave here, which is book, it has been added, and 4 has been shifted to become uh, number 3 instead of number 2 where it is. Now moving on, we want to we want to, let's say, we want to add what other thing. Okay, we just use insert. um okay, I will use removed. Now let's put removed, then we'll come back to what I wanted to do. Now suppose I want to remove an item here. So what I want to do here, remove, what it does is that you specify what you want to do. Now let's run the code here again. That is, you specify what you want to remove rather. So here, as you can see here, 4 has been removed because I specified that I don't want to see 4 again there. So 4 has been removed. So as you can see, 2 book, 4 out, then we have 5, and the rest of them are there. So that's how you removed. One is that pop is that it will remove the item you specify there, while will remove the particular item you put there. So moving on, let's see what else we can do here. Then we have here insert. We have used insert, we have used removed, we have used count, we have used index. So what does this index mean? Index checks the position of item we specify there. Now let's say we put goat here, goats, and we print it out to say, okay, fine, we want to see the position where this goat is found in my list. So if I run the code again, you can see here it's telling us it's 4. Where is this goat? So if you can check here, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So goat is found at position 4. Again, moving on, we have my list. What else have we not used? We have used removed, we have used pop, insert, count, index, append, copy. Then we use copy. What does copy do? Copy means, like the word is to copy, copy something. So let me use my list second, my list 2, my list 2 as a new variable. Then it's what I'm saying here is everything inside this place, copy it to another variable called my list 2. So if I run this code here, it will give me the same thing here. So if I run it, it will give me the same thing. So as you can see here, we have 4 book, 5, 4 goats, and the rest of them are the same. So that's what it gives me. The same way, this is called shallow copying anyways. So now suppose I want to, let me use m as a variable, and I want to use my list again. So this will also do the same thing. So what I am doing here is that I'm saying take everything inside this list, or whatever one, anything inside this list, put it here, put the same item here. So I want to have a copy of that. And so what happened here is what is happening here as well. So if I run the code here, it will give me the same values. Now moving on, so let's move on. What else have we not used here? We have used append, we have used count, we have used, okay, now let's use extend. What does extend mean? Extend means to extend the values you have. Now let me use another variables, because we have used let me say car. Let me create another list. So here we have car, let's say Toyota, Toyota, Toyota 1. Another one we have Nissan, Nissan. Another one we have, what else do we, what other car do we have? Okay, whatever. Let's say Jeep. At this moment, everything is just not coming to my head, just because. Um, so let's get another one. What else? What thing? Okay, let's say book. We create book, a variable called book, to hold the values we have about book. Um, let's say accounting. Another one, data science. Another one, AI. Another one, Python. So here we have 2 lists here, the first one and the second one. So, and we want to extend the first one. So what you're going to do here is you use the variable you want to extend. So let's say we want to extend my car. So you use the variable you use car, then you put dot here, then you use extend. So once you call this method here, you then pass the second variable, which is book here. So once you did this, what the instruction here is that you are telling the system to take everything here, extend the value of this car with whatever thing we have here. So if we print it now, if we print car, it will give us everything inside this car plus these ones. So let's see what it gives us. So as you can see, we have Toyota, Nissan, Jeep, which are the first one, and the rest of this, it's then added it. So this is how you can extend, this is how you add more value to value. Now suppose here now I want to put, I want to remove this Toyota here. I want to add an item at um I want to add an item again. There are another ways to put it. So I can put here car. The first one is insert. You can put that insert. So the difference between insert and this one is that insert will put it as exactly position you mentioned. Then the item there before would then shift to the right. But when you use this one, it's what it does is it replaces the item there. So let's say we want to replace um, Toyota with uh, what's I'm not good at scanning. Okay, let me use man. So this man here, assuming is the name of a car, but it's not. But so this man here would then be assigned to this position where this Toyota is. So instead of this Toyota, it will now be man, and Toyota will then disappear. So let's print car here now. So if we run it, you can see we have man, we have Nissan, we have Jeep, we have accounting. Everything remains the same, but it's just that this man has replaced the first one. So moving on, let's say we have car and what other thing? Copy, we have done. Okay, sort. So what does this sort mean? Sort means to sort an item just as you want, to sort them ascending or ascending or descending order. So here, let's say we print car. So let's check here first. Alphabetically, man here needs, which one comes first? We have accounting will come first, or AI will come first, accounting will come first, AI, then data science and all that. So let's run the code and then see what it says. So as you can see here, so we have here we have AI, man, and this. So what it's doing here is it is sorting, but it didn't specify how it should sort. Now let's say reverse, we then say true. So what it means now is that we want it to come the way it should be, like it is like this before. Turn it this way for us. So here it is now uh, Nissan, Jeep, data science, accounting, Python, man, and AI. So that's how you use this to sort uh, things out. Now, moving on, we have here what other thing here? What other thing? Okay, clear. We have used reverse. Reverse. What reverse does is to reverse the item as well. So let's say a print car now. So it will reverse the item. So here it takes the one here first. You can see here the one here is down here, the one here is here, the one here. So it reverses. So that's what reverse does. What other thing have we not touched? Let me check here. Car again. Let me check what other thing. Pop, remove, copy. Sort, extend, append, count, clear. Okay, clear. So what does clear mean? Clear means to clear everything, remove item there. So everything there will be removed if I run this code. So if I run it like this, you can see car is now empty. So everything has been removed. But I don't want to use this because I may still want to use it. Now, this is part one. Now, suppose, okay, so now let's say slicing. I don't know if this is too long or should just, okay, let me just continue everything because I just want to conclude at least one video. So now here, suppose here we want to get this item, we want to select a number of items here or a number of items from this. Okay, let me use book because book is relatively small. So let's use book here. So I want to get book here. I want to start from, no, I think I should use car because it has more items. I think that's better. So let me use car. So car here, I want to select from 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 0 to 4 or third position. What what I'm saying here is this. I want, we have Toyota, Nissan. Okay, so from here now, I want to, first of all, let me get clear of what is the first position. So let me run the code here first. So we all get this, so I don't make mistake. So let's see. We have AI, we have man, we have Python, we have counting, we have data science, Jeep, and Nissan. So this is the order it appears now. So what I want to do here is I want to start from this first position, which is man, and stop at this accounting or data science, whichever way I want to get. So I'll say I want to start from 1. I'm telling the system now what I want you to do is start from 1 and stop at, let's say, this position. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I put this 4 here. So what I'm telling the system to do for me here is I want you to items. Okay, let me say let me give it selected underscore items. So what I'm telling the system to do for me now is I want you to start from here, which is number 1. This is number 1 though. This is 0. This is 1. So I want you to start from second position and count 3 places, but don't include the last item. What does this mean is this. Start from this. This should now be 1, 2, 3. This fourth one, which is supposed to be data science, will not be included. So that's what it means. So if I run the code, I print selected item and run it, it will show man, Python, and accounting. So as you can see here, so this is what is happening here. So suppose I want to get, let's say I want to get all items. I can then put here and put car here as well, and then put this. So what this means is select entire thing, copy entire thing. It's the same thing as what we did before. So there are different ways to do that. So if I print this now, all, it will give me everything inside that list as I mentioned. Now moving on, I want to get, let's say, car, and I want to select from 0 to 2 what I want to do here. I can put 0 here, however, I put this and I put 3 here, and then print it directly or assign to a variable and print whichever one I want. So if I run the code, it will give me 1, which is this. See what I put here, 0 column 3. It means start from 0 and stop at 3. What does it mean is 0, 1, 2, 3 items. So you start from this and this. Now, if I remove this 0 here and I put this column, it is still the same thing here. It will still give me the same output. So this column means the starting position. Now, if I want this now, I then put car here, put the same square bracket, and I put 3 here. What it will give me is the item at position 3. This is 0, 1, 2, 3 accounting. So if I run it, it will give me accounting. But what if I want to get everything from accounting? I then put colon here. So after I put the where I want it to start and I put colon, then here it starts giving me everything I want. Now, suppose I want to uh, jump 2 places. I have here AI, man, Python, counting, and rest of all. I want it to start from 0. Okay, let me use 1 so that it doesn't confuse you. Then I want it to start from 1, and I want it to stop at, which one has more? Okay, uh, I want it to start at 1, which is 1 here, and I want it to stop at Nissan. So what's the position of Nissan? This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I put 6 here. So then I don't want it to print everything. I want it to print the first one, which is man, jump Python and print accounting, jump data science and print Jeep for me. I can then put 2 here. What this means is this is the starting position, this is the end position, this is the jump. So I can okay, let me assign it to another variable and then print what's the name of the variable I want to put. Okay, let me use n for sake of time, but in real time you should not use just single variable, single name variable. So here, if I run it, as you can see here, we have AI. We started from 1 here, so 1 is this. So it gives us this man. It jumps the first one, which is Python, and gives us accounting, jumps data science, and gives us Jeep. Again, it will jump this one. There is no other one, so it stops here. So suppose I don't want 2 places, I want it to be 3. Whatever thing I want and I specify there, this is what it will do. It will start from the position I put, which is 1, jump 2 places, it will jump Python and accounting, and then print data science for me. So this is how this works. Now, suppose I want to start from the back. Now, let's say this is this. If when I'm counting from this side, I start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to the end. Now, suppose I want to start from here. That will be negative indexing. So I'll put here -1. -1 means start from negative side. So here, if I say -1 car, if I say -1 like this in a car, let's say, let me say last as the variable, then I print this last. So Let's see what it will give us. It will give us the last item there. Now here, why? Okay, sorry, I use car and I wanted to use my list here, but I use car, but it is okay. Whichever one you use, it is fine. So even if I use my list here, it still give us the same thing. So the same thing, it works. So here, Noel is giving us Noel. Why is he giving us Noel? Remember, this one has been deleted. This one has been deleted here, so this is no longer the last one. So here, name here is not used. Now, where is this name coming from? Here, Noel has been appended to this one. So if you remember, you will see Noel here was added to it. Now, what about this book here? Book was added at position 1. Okay, what is happening here? The item in position, the element called 4 was removed. This place is to check the index position, so there is no other place we added an item again in my list, so it is correct. So this place, this one is the last item here, which is this one. So when you say give me -1, so it will give you this. Now for the sake of clarity, let me let me do again. Let me do it here. So let me say subject. Let me repeat what I just did now, maybe because uh, let me say English, math, uh, Python, Java. Now I have a list for list. So if I say here subjects, I put -1 here. So what I'm saying here is start from the negative side, start counting from this side. So when you are starting from here, you start from 0. When you are coming from this side, you start from -1. So this is -1, this is 0. Now suppose now I want to get this, this, and this using negative indexing. Note, please note that -1 is greater than -2. -2 is greater than -3. So what I'll do here is I'll put -3 here. If I run the code, it will give me maths. However, that is not what I wanted. What I want is to get these 3 items. So what do I do here? I'm sure somebody by now should be able to tell me what I should do here. So I put colon here. So what this means is that start from -3 here all the way down. So if I run the code here, it will print math, Python, and Java for me. Then if I run the code like this, subject, and I put square brackets and I put here 3 here, what it will give me is this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So this will give me Java instead of giving me that. So as you can see, it will give me Java because I'm counting from here. But now suppose I put this column like this. So this column like this, now if I put 1 here, what I'm telling the system is simple: get me everything from here all the way down. So it gets everything for me there. Suppose I put here 2, it gives me this English and maths. Suppose here I put here 3, it gives me English and Java. So what exactly happening here is it's jumping places because it cannot get the entire thing as it should because there are not enough things here. Okay, I think I've done basically everything here. What other thing I think? What other thing do I need to do here? My lists, my subjects. What other thing? Subjects. I think I've done negative indexing -1 here. All the way. If I put -1, that will give me. Okay, suppose I want to start from -3 and I put here and I say stop at this is 1 3 2 1 0. Okay, -3 stop at, okay, let me say all the way down. This is means all the way down. This means all the way down. And then if I put 1 here, if I put -1 here and I print it out, so what I'm saying here is here, just pay attention here please. Start at -3. This is 0, this is -1, -2, -1, -2, -3. So it's to start from -3. Now what I put here is the position of jumping. So if I put like this, it will give me the entire item because this one by nature, that's what it does, is jumping. So like this, it will jump. No, it will give me the same item. This, that is what it will do. Now whether I specify 1 here, I don't specify 1 here, that's what it does. Then if I put 2 here, it means now start at position 3, jump 2 places and give me the other one. So here it starts from here, skipped this one and gives me here. What is happening here is this. Okay, let me explain, maybe you do not understand. It's the same thing as I put here -1 to -3 to -1. So that's exactly what this means. But if I do not specify it here, it does not matter, it will go all the way. Okay, let me put it here again. -1 is greater than -3. So what I'm saying here is just as we did before. Start at -3 here, stop at this place, but jump 2 places for me. So it starts from here, leave this place and get me another one. So if I run the code, it will give me here. It starts from -3 here and then jumping 2 places. So there is no other place. So that's why it is given this way here. So this -1 is the last place. So like I said here, when you put in here, the last item will not be included. So here, this last one, it will start from here, it will jump 2 places, like it jumped the first one and the next one. But because this one has been specified here, so this is the last one, so it will not be included. So let me redo it here again in case you are getting confused. Let me say subject, put this in here and I put 1 here and I put here another one here and I again put here 2. So what I'm saying here is this: start at this place here, this one here, jump this one and gets me this one, because there is nothing I put here that stops it. So the end position is not mentioned, so it means all the way down. So it will give me 2. Now if I then specify where to stop, let me see here, start from here, and I put here what this is 1 2 3. So if I put 3 here, it will, the last one will not be included. I hope you're able to understand, but if you're not able to get through, you can reach out to me, then I will explain more. What other thing you want to talk about here? So here, I think basically that's what it is. We have covered everything here. We have done negative indexing, we have done positive indexing, we have made some slices, we have done operations using method and functions. I think basically that's what's all about list. So in the next edition, we look at another data type. Now, okay, in strings, there was something I left undone, so let me just add it here. Let me say here, let me say word, and let's say my name is Michael. So here, what I want to do here is, notice here there is an error here. Why is it giving error here? Because this is called indentation. You are not supposed to give a space there, so it is supposed to start at the edge, except when you have a function or when you have um, looping. But we'll get to that, we'll get to see. So here, what I want to do is, everywhere I have capital letter, change it to small letter. Everywhere I have small letter, change it to capital letter. So what I'll do here, I then use here word, which is the variable that contains the value. Then I put dot here. Then I can then say swap case. So swap case will swap the cases. So instead of my in small letter, it will print it in capital letter. Name will then be in small letter. So you can see here, my is now in capital letter, name is this is the M that was big is now small letter. Now, if you use case fold, so case fold, what it does is to bring everything normal. So what it does, okay, I didn't print it, sorry. What it does is to fold the letters, make it same thing. So you can actually say it works as string like lower. So let's say here, if I print this, I put dot lower. So both work the same. So what this does is to make it the same as this one. So I hope you're able to understand everything. But if you have any challenge, if you have any difficulty, feel free to reach out to me. My email is on the channel, is on YouTube. You can also reach out to me through the WhatsApp group we have, and any other channels you can use to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to assist you and help you. God bless you, and enjoy the rest of the day.